What's a prophecy? Oh, yes, go on, give it a try. Yep, go on out. Something that's going to happen in the future. Yeah, in biblical terms, we talk about prophecies being things from God that he's going to do in the future. But generally, a prophecy is something that's going to happen in the future. And Isaiah prophesied that a child was going to come and he was going to bring them out of darkness. It says in verses 2 to 3, a light will shine on them. God will cause their nation to grow. You will make the people happy. And this was not something the people there had much of. It was a dark time. Okay? And Isaiah's prophecy was their... Yay, well done, Mike's on the ball today. Isaiah's prophecy was their hope. He had told them, this is what you can expect, and this is what you can desire. This baby is going to come, and he's going to make things happy, make things better. Did the prophecy come true? Yes. I think we might need a bigger yes for that one. Did the prophecy come true? Yes. It did. Jesus was born. He was born. He lived with the people, and he died. And in his death, he brought us out of that darkness. He brought the people out of the darkness so that they could live in God's light forever. Now, we know this. Most of us, the people that have been believing in Christians for a long time, we know this. We know it's true. But we don't always know it. We don't always feel it. The people in Isaiah's time, they had a lot of darkness. They'd been beaten, there'd been wars, they were alone, they felt deserted. They'd been taken over by the Assyrians. It was a dark time. But yet, Christmas for us can also be a dark time. I think time of the year, the darkness closes in. It's dark in the mornings, dark in the evenings. We can be stressed. Quite often we're missing people that are important to us at these times, and we can be alone. And even though we know it, we can still be awaiting. Yay, well done, Yazzie. Everyone else, we can still be awaiting. Good job. So I was looking at 3 different approaches to this darkness that we have, that we can sometimes take when we're feeling dark, especially a time this year. So I need some volunteers to help me with these approaches. Caleb, do you want to come for this one? Come on, open this. Okay, this is one of our approaches to darkness. Open it up for me. I'm going to read this because it might be a bit tricky. Show me your grumpy face. Everybody with Merry Christmas on their lips should be boiled with their pudding. Anybody know who this is? Scrooge. Scrooge, he did love the darkness. He didn't want to deal with the darkness, he loved in it. He got into the darkness. You can look up, okay, showing that grumpy face. Scrooge was happy with the dark. He dwelled in it. And he embraced it. And he was most famous for saying, good job, she can have a chocolate as well. She hasn't had one yet. However, as the story unfolds, it would appear that maybe he didn't actually love the darkness. He just knew nothing else. Scrooge actually learned to love and to be with others. But in the beginning, he didn't know what else, and he very much had, if I don't expect anything, if I expect nothing, if I dwell like this, then I'm not going to be disappointed. And sometimes we take that, we dwell in our darkness. But if we do that, then there is definitely no... Good job, because we have no expectations. Okay, so do you want to stay there, Caleb, or would you like to sit down on the edge for a bit? Okay, good job. Okay, next way that we embrace our darkness. Any other volunteers? Come on then, Elle. Okay, you ready?
Christmas is just so jolly. Don't you just love the lights and the trees and presents and pudding and music and so much of everything?
Okay, another way we approach the darkness is we just immerse ourselves. We go full on Christmas. We get the lights, we get the presents, we get everything. We just jolly, jolly, jolly all Christmas long. And joy is good. Joy is good. In Isaiah verse 3, it says, Jesus comes to make us happy. It's a good thing. But if we only look at the pretty, if we only look at the glamour of Christmas, then sometimes we just actually hide in the darkness. Those things that are bothering us, those things that are upsetting us, they're still there. They're still there and we're ignoring them. So actually, when all this goes away, they come flowing back. The Christmas bling it's not real. It's not long-lasting, the stuff. It's hope. It's time-sensitive. And sometimes when it's gone, we can fall lower than we did before. It's good. It's fine. It's good to be happy at Christmas. As long as it's not all we're looking at. Okay. Spoiler alert. Anyone guessing what's in the last one? Not you, you've seen it. Last present? Someone else. John, do you want to come and open a present? Orlando, you lose good sellotape here, he's struggling. A child will be born to us. God will give us a son. He will be responsible for leading the people. His name will be Wonderful Counselor, Powerful God, Father who lives forever, Prince of Peace. Isaiah tells us of the true hope from the darkness. With Jesus, we can accept there is darkness. We can accept that this does make our life harder sometimes, just like wrapping the presents. But we can also take that has been given to us in the true meaning of Christmas. Jesus came as a baby, and he lived with us as a person. He knows that darkness. He can be with us side by side. I think at Advent and looking at Isaiah, we can remember that we don't have to embrace the darkness. We don't have to let it consume us. We don't have to ignore it. We don't have to pretend everything is happy and jolly all the time. Because Jesus entered into that darkness. He joined us and he lived. And he wants to walk with us side by side with whatever it is we're going through. As Isaiah says, he is our everlasting Father. He was, he is, and he will forevermore be our hope. What's on you three? Sit down. Now, in front of you, and will be distributed to you in a second if they're not, there's some flames. I want you to have a think, just for a moment, about what it is that might be feeling a little bit hopeless to you at the moment. Something for you, or if for someone else, if you're fine. Something that's feeling a little bit hopeless. Something that makes you feel a little bit unsure of yourself at the moment. And we're going to offer these up in prayer to God. So I want you to write it down on the flame. And when you're done, you can come and put it in this basket and light a candle. Because Jesus was that light that came in to deal with all our hopelessness and with all our darkness. And if we accept that and accept in him today, then he will shine that light and help us and guide us through it. And then when we've done that, Al's going to finish in a prayer.